with all due respect. With all due respect.
What's going on, world? It's your main man, Moe. And to my left, we have the lovely LadySamoan. And we are the With All Due Respect podcast. How you doing today, Miss Simone?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I woke up this morning.
Yes.
Today, this right here is probably going to be a little bit shorter than we typically do. And this is actually wasn't even the topic that we were going to discuss, but I just witnessed something in a nearby grocery store that I felt obligated to come on here and share. I was grocery shopping at Aldi's a little while ago. Just left our son basketball game, and the store was pretty. It wasn't packed, but it was enough in there. And there was an older gentleman that actually got caught shoplifting. You know how you got the pre-patty burgers and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
He actually cut it open, took two pre-patty burgers, stuffed them in the line of his jacket, and he grabbed a loaf of bread. But the manager, he caught him. So, in most cases in this situation right here, the manager will call the cops or tell him to get out the store or something of that nature. But what he did was, he said, he pulled them all to the side, and just so happens I was close enough to hear. He told the guy, he said, dude, you don't have to steal. I'll buy it for you. And that right there really was, it did something for me, man. It lets you know that there's still good people out here. And this was a young guy. This wasn't an older gentleman. This was a young African-American male.
Yeah.
I had to give the gentleman, I'm actually going to say his name. His name is Lee. I don't know him personally, but I definitely would like to salute him on that right there, because that could have went left and no one would have benefited.
Yeah.
But because he did that, his blessings are on his way, and as well as that gentleman has a family to feed or himself to feed, and they're gonna get fed.
Yeah, but not only that, I think, we look at situations like that, you have to be such a strong-minded person in this environment that we are in to even think outside of the norm. And when I say outside of the norm, because typically when you say he was a younger gentleman, typically when we see these things happen, and that's an age now to where they'll pull out a camera phone and be like, oh my, or their smartphone and record it, and then you'll see that on World Star. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at dude stealing. Oh, he got caught, and then you run it down. No, just in general, like, because older people do it too. Everybody is quick to pull out a phone. And not even that his blessings is on the way. He already could be blessed in a way for him to even just think to bless somebody else. You know what I'm saying? He understand, something's different. Something, somebody taught him something, or he went through some things in life that made him look at things differently. But I feel personally that we need more and more of these situations to where we help each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I always tell people it can be my day today and yours tomorrow. You never know what can happen in a split second that can change your life. And that goes from, you can have all the money in the world, have a high paying job, and boom, you lost your job. And now you sitting there struggling how to make ends meet and never thought that you would be in a situation. So, I used to always say, and I'm going to let you speak on this because this was always heavy on me. They used to always clown people who were addicted to drugs, more so crackheads within our neighborhoods, or, even just within our culture. It's like, oh, you're a crackhead. Oh, look at this crackhead, whatever. Then you clown them until you have a crackhead in your family. You understand that it's deeper than them just begging you for some money. It's deeper than that.
No one takes it serious until that same issue that they're making fun of or ignoring is knocking at their front door.
Absolutely.
And then they're jumping up and down for attention or for help or for resources to help the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore we can get back to our normality of life.
Yeah, and we got to look at it, man. There's different things that happen in life to where people react differently. You have strong-minded people to where they can go through some stuff and they know how to just pick up the pieces and keep going. But then you have some people that turn to the only thing that they know that are field that can help them through a situation. It don't make them
a comfort zone.
Yeah, it's comfort.
It makes them feel better about what's going on. Even if it's drugs, alcohol, sweets, it doesn't matter.
And we got to understand an addiction is exactly what it is. I don't care what it's in what form. Like you say, sweets, alcohol, drug. An addiction is exactly what it is. That addiction. Don't sit there and think just because it's
look
not
down upon them.
No. You can't, because you never know. You never know, And that's the thing right there, man. People got to get less judgmental and more on that side of understanding.
And more open to help. Just try to understand the situation. You may not need the full details, but just try to understand and have some sympathy for that individual.
Yeah.
Like you was telling me of a story as we were going to the store about a gentleman asked you for $1 or something of that nature to get something to eat, but you actually instead went across the street and got him something to eat. And you left a note in the bag as well.
Yeah,
because
I feel like a lot of the times I don't speak about it when I do things like that, because I always like to say, when I do something for somebody, it's more than me doing it for them. I have to be moved to do it, and I feel like I'm led to do it. God led me to this person, because I could have went to any other store but ended up there. So I feel like if it's in my heart to do something, I was led to do that. And to be honest with you, it wasn't like I even had it like that to give, but I felt like this right here was what I should have done. I don't think where I'm at that point in time. I don't think like, okay, do I have the money to do this? If I'm led to do something, I'm going to do it. And I think a lot of us have to get outside of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll understand and know when you're led to do something. Because it's a feeling that comes upon you. You know what I'm saying? But even in that situation, man, I just feel like it takes a lot for somebody to ask somebody who they do not know for something. I don't care if they're on drugs. I don't care whatever. But for you to totally put your pride aside and put whatever aside and try to explain to somebody of why you need help for something and open your mouth to ask, you got to look at that too. You know what I'm saying? And I think
that sense of humility.
Yes, and I think we just had this conversation too. When I say, I say on this road of greatness and getting to where you want to be in life, and if you feel like you really have a calling that surpasses the regular terms of success, and you're on this road to greatness.
And when we say calling, let me interrupt. When we say calling, we're not talking about somebody coming up to you and saying like, "Dude, you're good at this. Dude, you're good at this." When that thing is the way I defined it, when that thing is inside of you, and it's like it keeps you up at night.
Yeah.
Right. When things are in front of you, obstacles are in front of you, you're not even paying attention to the obstacles because you know that obstacle is temporary. You're falling and relying solely on this thing that you love to do. Another slight disclaimer: just because you love it doesn't mean it's your.
It's meant for you to actually do it. It probably is meant for you to be in the proximity of it and for you to help with it, but it's not necessarily all the time meaning for you to do it. But the thing is, even with that right there, if it is something that's on you and you're on that road, you have to understand all cards are faced up at this point. Your hand is shown in every possible way. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, it's like you're going to be uncomfortable. There's going to be situations and times to where you're going to have to ask for. You're going to be on that side of needing something from someone. You know what I'm saying? Like people can look at you and be like, "Yo, I thought she should be doing it," or this right here. You're going to be in situations and you're going to be in positions to where your only choice is to act or be led the way that God wants you to be led and the people you're supposed to meet and be in front of. And you have to be okay with that. You have to understand because it's all a part of the process. So when I look at people, man, and I feel like, I always tell people, you don't got to tell me your story, because I feel like if I can help you, I can help you. And not only that, because people have to understand, if there's something to where I cannot help you, just know it was not meant for me to help you maybe financially, but there was something else that I shot up, a prayer for you or whatever.
And let me add to that as well. Just because someone cannot help you at that time, do not look at them sideways. Do not curse them out. They weren't the person that was supposed to help you at this given moment. Not to say they're not going to help you up the road, or may know someone that can actually put you in a room or in a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
So be like, okay, no problem. I appreciate it anyway, and keep it pushing.
And we gotta look at that and understand people are going to be there when they're supposed to be there. And that's just how it is. And a lot of the times it's not meant for somebody to help you. It's just meant for you to sit in that for that moment and then learn that lesson or get through and understand that all you need to do is get through. Because sometimes we like to try to dig ourselves out of holes that's meant for us to sit in there and learn a lesson.
This is true. And like I said, man, we're going to go ahead and close this podcast out right now. But this was not the topic that we were going to discuss. We'll come back to that topic. But for right now, I definitely would like to highlight Lee at Audi's, I appreciate you, brother, for what you did for that gentleman.
Absolutely.
It did not have to go that way. You being in that position that you're in, you were supposed to probably call the authorities or kick him out. I literally seen this gentleman pull out his Tommy wallet, swipe the card while his coworker looked at him crazy and actually like, yo, no problem. So when I got back in the car to tell my family what took place, I said, you know what? I got to go back in that store and congratulate him and thank that gentleman for doing that right there.
And not only that, before we leave off, I want to say too, when you see things, acknowledge it. We are quick to acknowledge the negative and be like, oh, look at this. When you see people doing great things like that right there, man, let them know, like, listen, man, I see you. And a lot of people don't do things to be, in the midst of saying, oh, for somebody to see. But it's always good to let people know, like, listen, I see you, because it keeps them going. It keeps you understanding, like, you know what? Keep pushing. You on the right track.
Absolutely.
So we got to highlight more of the good.
Absolutely. Lee, appreciate you, my man. I don't
Absolutely.
even know you, but I definitely appreciate you. LadySamoan, you got any closing thoughts?
No. That's it, man. Just live every day like it's your best day.
Absolutely. And with that right there being said, y'all check out On Bertha on Mondays. Y'all check out our weekly playlist on Fridays with ourselves, the With All Due Respect podcast, and Quinton Greer of 19 Below Zero. And check us out every Wednesday with our episode of the With All Due Respect
and Moe's
podcast.
Monday Moments.
Oh, I forgot all about that. How could I forget that, right? And Moe's, and you know what the crazy thing was, Moe's Monday Moment was we spoke about it indirectly just a moment ago. In order to trust the process, you gotta commit to a clear vision.
Mm-hmm.
So right there being said, y'all, until next time, you have yourself a good week. All right, peace.
With all due respect, with all due respect.